Okay, so today we're doing the Doctor Who tag by Luke from the RH Experience.
And for circumstances that are known to us, Beth will not be answering the questions because she's only seen from Christopher Eccleston onwards and doesn't feel capable. We have deemed that I am the expert and I shall go forth and prosper.
Who is your favourite Doctor?
It definitely has to be Patrick Troughton because he's just so adorable. There's something really sweet and childish about him, and it contrasts beautifully with the old man grumpy thing that William Hartnell does all the time, to have a man who gets upset at the fact that his umbrella's been destroyed rather than the fact that he's just saved someone's life. I just like him a lot.
Your answers are the reason I feel incapable of answering myself.
I enjoy it though. I enjoy lording this over you.
What is your favourite story?
War Games. It's the final Patrick Troughton story, and it's a 10-episode story. You need to watch that one day. We'll do that.
Okay.
It's going to take all night, but we'll get there. It's just really complicated. It's even more complex than Moffat, but it makes sense.
Wow.
I think that's why I like it so much. And it shows how the Doctor reacts to someone of his own race manipulating the time streams. Like, he meets another Time Lord who is not the Master, because he's not there yet, but who uses the time travel for killing. Like, he takes people from wars, like the First World War, the Crimean War, the Spanish Civil War, and puts them on a different planet and just makes them kill each other somewhere else. It's really deep in some aspects, but it's definitely my favourite, it has to be.
Who's your favourite companion?
Jamie McCrimmon, without a doubt. Lovely little Fraser Hines is my favourite companion. I just like the way he acts with the Doctor, which is Patrick Troughton. He's Patrick Troughton's favourite. He's the longest running companion. He did 1966 to 1969 and was only absent for one of Patrick Troughton's episodes, so he was there for all of them. And he's a 1745 Highland warrior, and he has a wristwatch, which makes no sense. Like, why has someone from the 1700s got a wristwatch? But it's just the way he acts. Like, when he switches on an electric light, he's just sort of like, oh my god, I've never seen this before. Just like little Jamie-isms, I like to call them. He also likes to call them that. I've also met him, which helps, and he's an absolute darling. He was going to be called Heather if he was a girl, which is my name, which is why that's relevant.
What was the first story you ever watched?
Rose, the first Christopher Eccleston one, because I was only 8 when the series restarted, so I'd never heard of Doctor Who before it came back on, and my dad was like an excited little child when the series returned, so we all watched it together. And then we found out that some of the old Tom Baker series was being played on UK TV Gold. Oh, magic. And we just watched those together, and then I got into it more and more, and he just built up my collection from there.
What was your favourite series or era?
I really like the black and white era, simply because when the Doctor falls over into a wall, the wall wobbles, and the monsters, you can see the men underneath the costumes, you can see where the costume department has had to like quickly sellotape someone back up or something. It's just gorgeous to watch, to see how people from the 1960s muddled together a quick set.
What's your favourite pre or post regeneration story?
I like 10th Planet simply because it's the first regeneration story. We've never seen regeneration before, and the Cybermen in it, oh my god, the Cybermen in it, they're absolutely gorgeous. They're men in silver catsuit type things with some sort of accordion on their chest, spray painted silver, and they seem to have some sort of woolen sock pulled over their head with eye holes cut out of it. And the voices don't even match up to the face because they just go, and then the voice comes out after that, and it's just gorgeous. And we've never seen regeneration before, so it was an interesting experiment to see how they were going to carry on the show, and then how well it was pulled off after that, like how well it was received.
Which is your favourite TARDIS?
Obviously I really like the original, because there's all sorts of stuff in there you wouldn't expect. But I really like Peter Davison's TARDIS, simply because there's the 80s televisions like embedded in the console, the roundels on the wall, which I miss the roundels. They could be pulled off and there was stuff inside them for people to muck about with and things for him to fix, and the corridors were a lot more intense, and the Zero Room, I miss the Zero Room, and you actually got to see inside the companions' bedrooms and things, so there was little things left about that reminds you of them, and it's just a lot nicer to get that insight into what they were like.
What is your favourite monster or villain?
The Master. It has to be the Master, because he's just fantastic. Not John Sim. This is going to be controversial, but bear with me. The Master originally was Roger Delgado and then Anthony Ainsley, and they looked perfect as the Master, like perfect. They were like the black hair, the goatee beard, the black tunic type thing, the black trousers, the black shoes, black leather gloves, and they were scary. They were scary. They could hypnotise you and manipulate you, and they were so gentle at the same time that you trusted them, and then all of a sudden they did something really horrific and evil, and they were always teaming up with other monsters to get at the Doctor. And that's one of the reasons I don't like John Sim as the Master, because they've turned someone who was incredibly clever, cunning, manipulative, scary, the master of hypnosis into a bumbling idiot. And that's what I didn't like about the new Master. And because he's my favourite villain, I was so offended by that. I just didn't like it. Oh, and 60s Cybermen. We've already established that. 60s Cybermen. I really love them. They're just fantastic.
And that's it.
I think we have explained why I am better equipped at answering these questions with that one.
This is the reason I didn't even attempt it.
She's good. She knows her stuff. I just need to get her to watch as much as I have. It'll take some time.
We've started.
We'll get there. We've started. She's building up her little classic collection.
We'll get there.
It's all because of me.
I know. What did I do without you?